Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh, and this is Josh.
Hi.
And today we're talking about the Futaba T8FG Super, or Super 8.
Super 8. It is super indeed.
Is it?
It's new and improved.
Oh yeah?
It's the same thing, same box,
Yeah.
but with 14 channels instead of 8 channels. Thank you to the 3 individuals that called Habaco, because of you, we have this.
We have this right here, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you indeed. We have a relationship with Habaco. God bless you guys for hearing the call and calling up the manufacturers. It's a real pleasure to work with Habaco. They've been wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, are we going to go through every feature of this?
No, because we would be here for hours.
And hours.
Weeks.
Days.
You would get sick of us if
A
you're
long
not
time.
already.
Yeah. Here's the key to success with this thing. Read the manual. That thing, what is it? 85 pages, I think?
85,000. No, it's 135.
Okay, 135 pages of knowledge that will equip you with everything you need to, oh wait, no, I forgot about the 45-page supplemental.
Are you serious?
Read the manual, then read the supplemental. And you know what? It sounds like you just don't want to even buy the radio.
No.
The radio is awesome. When I got this radio and I started trying it out, I hooked up to the Bixler 2.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. I wanted to try it out on the Bixler 2 really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I do? I didn't read the manual. I walked out there, I slapped it. I knew I used to be Futaba. I used to fly Futaba. I was like, I know Futaba. I can do this.
He's so prideful.
Yeah, I am. Matter of fact, I got my original Futaba here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know how, your knowledge of this would not translate to this.
They're never going to send us another transmitter again after they see this.
Yeah.
But Futaba has done a wonderful job getting all the information there. You just got to sit down and read it.
Okay.
And 99% of the key to success is in their new thing called the, touch sensor?
Sensor touch.
Sensor touch.
Trademark.
TM. Okay, sensor touch, and that is this right here. So if you can learn to think like them, you can actually program this pretty darn easy.
That sounds like brainwashing.
Now, I'm being truthful. And the neat thing about this is every switch, every control input is all assignable. Okay. That's where we're talking about the Linux. It's robust, it's reliable, it's a good system. You just gotta know how to talk to it.
Nice.
All right, so let's go ahead and power it on. We got our RF link there and everything. You can see there's a lot of data right on the main screen. You got your trims on the side.
Yeah.
You got the type of your receiver you're talking to, the name of the airplane. It goes up to 10 characters.
That doesn't look anything like the Bixler.
I'm sorry about that. We'll try to get that better next time.
We'll draw better pictures.
You got 2 different advanced timers. I have this one signed to throttle, so when I advance my throttle, it starts counting down.
Okay.
Which is nice on motor gliders because when you're running your throttle is really when you're using your battery.
Right.
So you can time your flights, but based on how much you fly the actual throttle.
Okay.
So there's some really nice key features right on the main screen. A lot of data you got to take in, but it's all there.
All right.
All right. Now the main thing is this sensor touch.
Sensor touch.
I said it right.
Trademark.
TM. All right. First thing is linkage, model, system, S1. I have no clue what S1 is, but it is a pretty cool feature. I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
First of all, when you talk about the linkage manual, think of anything that goes in the aircraft, like your servos, your reversing, your squirrels, sub trims, things like that. Okay.
Yes.
So when you touch your linkage, 2 quick touches will get you your servo, model select, model type, frequency, function, sub trim, reverse, aileron. It's 2 different pages. Hitting S1 will take you to the second page.
Okay.
Or you can actually just guide your finger around there and actually go through it. So it's pretty easy. Now, if
it's
you
like a second generation iPod.
Yes. Hit S1 again, it'll take you to the top menu, and then hit return, RTN in the middle. It'll take you out of that. So that's where all those features are.
Okay.
Now, model features is where you're going to get the experience of flying. All right, so that's where your dual rates and things, so we'll go ahead and touch that twice.
Okay.
And you can see we have servo monitor, dual rate, programmable mixes, pitch curves, throttle curves, all of this stuff. And once again, you got 2 full pages of just wonderful features.
Wow.
This radio is not intended for just the $99 or $3 foamies.
Right.
This will take you all the way up to the big monster hardcore 3D machines.
Anything.
Or the crazy hardcore helipilots with the flybarless systems with the gyro.
Or full scale.
No, not full scale. Matter of fact, this will actually integrate perfectly. I guess Futaba has this, I don't know helicopters too well, but Futaba has this amazing governor / gyro / receiver idle speed thingy for helicopters. And they're probably never gonna let me touch one because I called it that.
Right.
But this will integrate and communicate with it perfectly. You can adjust your gains and all those things right from the transmitter.
Okay.
So it's advanced. Just keep in mind, not user-friendly, incredibly advanced. It's gonna be your only radio you'll have from this point because
that's all you're ever gonna need.
How many models can you fit on this? Take a guess.
This thing holds 1,000 models. Well, just like Hugh Hefner.
You need
That guy's old.
I just got that. Stock, this will hold 20 models, all right? Now, it does have an optional SD.
It has the SD card. That's what holds it.
You put that SD card in there, it'll hold 1,000 models.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy. So, Flight Test would have to be in business for like 10
million years.
Yeah.
Or 10.
Or 10. Based on, an average of 100 planes per year.
Oh, okay.
I did the math.
Okay.
But we'd
well,
have to
since
be.
I only get to fly, one plane for every 100 years, I think that I was right too.
Okay, we're both accurate in this. This thing holds a lot of models. That's why it may not be your first radio because you want to make sure that you're getting into the hobby and when you like it.
Yeah.
But by golly, once you know that you like it and where you're going with it, this is a good investment.
Okay.
All right, want to take us to the top of the page, hit return. System, I don't have to go to system very often, but that's where you're going to find your trainer display, user, username, sound. That's like your alerts and everything.
Okay.
And hardware set. So that's what that is. We'll go out of that. And last but not least is this S1. I don't know what S1 stands for. I probably could go through the manual and find the definition again. But
Let me look it up.
what it is a custom user menu, okay? You have all these different things. I don't like going from linkage to model. I think dual rate should be right by your servo settings. So I can go in here and physically put my dual rates, my sub trim, my function buttons, all on the same page, and it's assignable for each individual model. So like say with the Bixler, I have function in here. There's a good reason why I have function. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find out what S1 is.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, function is very important with the Bixler because I had a standard servo that I hadn't yet reversed installed in my Bixler. I'm like, oh great, now I'm gonna have 100 different mixes I gotta do, and it's just gonna be a nightmare, so I can use my Y harness and plug it in. All I needed to do was go into function, assign the servo port that I plugged in the receiver, assign that to the channel I want, and then simply go in and reverse it. I didn't have to go through any complicated model sets. And why don't we show them that now?
All right.
We'll just worry about S1
I can't
later.
read anyway.
All right, go ahead and plug in the Bixler, brother.
Okay.
Instant link, right there. That's pretty darn cool, isn't it? All right, right now, we got both of our flaps assigned to switch SB.
Okay.
All right, I don't like that. I don't want it assigned to SB. What I can do here is I can actually physically go in, I'll scroll down to function, I'll go down to channel 5 and 6 is what my flap servos are done. There we go. And now I have it on SB, right?
Right.
Now I have both 5 and 6 assigned as the same channel, all right, which is kind of cool. You can actually slave channels together,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. So you have ailerons and everything on the same bank. You can do that. I'm
Nice.
sure there's other ways of doing it, but
Okay.
that's one I can think of. So I don't want that. I'm gonna go in here and say I want it on the left slider,
LS.
LS. Now watch
slider.
this. Just as simple as that. I took the control from this to this.
Right.
All right, now along with that, I can also assign my channels. You can see VPP there.
Yep.
If I actually turned that off and just went, look, it's separating it.
Yeah.
All right, so you can assign your channels, you can assign your switches.
Okay.
That is amazing, and that is not too user friendly because you'd have to do advanced mixes to get that feature elsewhere.
Okay.
So that is the beauty of this radio.
pretty
Everything is
cool.
assignable, everything is adjustable. It's up to you how you do it. So what else can we talk about? How about what it comes with?
What does it come with?
It comes with a really nice receiver. It's not a cheap little 6-channel receiver for a park fly that you get in this. This is an advanced high voltage, up to 14 channels if you use the serial bus, which I still don't know what serial bus is. We've never
that's
got.
that's how Captain Crunch gets to school.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The serial bus?
Yes, sir.
That's good. All right. It has 8 channels, and then I believe you use the S bus to get the other 6 channels.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Please forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but it is a high voltage full range receiver with diversity. That's why you have those 2 antennas. You see how we have them arranged?
Yep. One's going up front,
Yep.
one's sticking up the top.
You want them 90 degrees from each other.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if they're 45 going forward like this, but you want the antennas 90 degrees to get the best reception possible.
Okay.
All right, so that's very, very important, even if you're flying a smaller model.
All right.
So it comes with a nice receiver. It comes with a charger. Comes with a little thing that pokes the bind plug.
Comes with a manual.
Yes, I wish it came with the supplement, but you got to go to the internet for that. Comes with a big battery. Gives you about 4 hours of flying time. And
Comes
it
with an iPad.
does not come with an iPad. Someday it'll come with an iPad, but not today. Not tomorrow either.
All right.
All right, comes with a nice big battery. SD card does not come with it. And this has a very robust, I don't know if you want to call this link.
Okay.
It's a reliable link. People really like the link. I know a lot of other places people complain, I got a brown eye, I got this, my model, too many models in the air, mine got shot down. This is a trusted system. It's fast.
Fast.
I don't know what fast stands for.
FASST.
Yeah.
Parts are so stinky. Terrible.
No.
Futaba Advanced Spread
Spectrum.
Technology.
That's it.
I think that's what it stands for.
It's a frequency hopper.
I just
think
made
it
that up.
was frequency hopping before frequency hopping was cool. Don't hate me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this kind of technology was used to operate remote cranes and stuff over the seas. And, I mean, this is not just for models. This kind of technology communication has been trusted for really big, heavy duty equipment. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a reliable, robust system that's very reliable. Basically, it just jumps from frequency to frequency so fast, it can't get browned out, because if there's a bad frequency, it'll jump onto the next one so quickly.
Oh.
I don't know how it works beyond that, but I do know
fast.
People like it. It does it fast. There's 2 S's in there. Okay.
And a big T.
And a big T. And once you get used to actually going through the transmitter, it becomes secondhand. It's really not that bad once you read the manual and once you use it for a little while. You just got to spend a little time with the radio.
Right.
And it'll grow on you. Because at first, truthfully, I did not like it. I was like, this is just too hard to deal with. And now I'm a pretty big fan.
But you just had to read the manual.
I just had to not jump ahead and put it in an airplane and try to fly it. I had to read the manual.
That's it.
So anytime you get advanced technology, I guess that's why these thick books.
That's what they're there for.
And it's very well
Any
spelled.
downsides?
2 downsides, and one was something I think maybe they'll someday address with a ROM update.
Okay.
The dual rates. You have 3 position switches all over this.
Yeah.
It's not assignable other than just going to the other dual rate switches. You can't assign it to potentiometers and things like that. That frustrated me. I read the supplement, and they actually give you 5 spots where you can adjust dual rates on each individual dual rate, which is amazing. You almost have to trick the transmitter into working for you. I had to make almost like a mix, and the supplement explained it really well, and I followed that, and it did work. But for a radio so user-friendly, like you saw, we were able to swap around channels with a couple clicks.
Yeah.
Dual rates should be really much more user-friendly than that.
Okay.
And I guess that'll be a software thing they can someday address and fix. But the other downside is the fact that there's no telemetry.
Oh.
And I don't really truthfully use telemetry. And a lot of people that have telemetry don't really use it all that often. But for something this advanced, it would be nice to have that feature on
Right.
it. I know the DX8 has it, the Aurora 9 has it. It'd be cool if this had it too. But my guess is, looking at the way they've done things, they really like to refine things, make them reliable, strong, robust, and then they add more features. Just like this was originally 8-channel, they added a feature, a ROM version upgrade, and made it a 14-channel, just like that. I think that's it, brother.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Thanks Stone Cat Productions for sponsoring this episode.
Thanks Hobbico for sending us this transmitter.
Absolutely, and thank you guys for putting a bug in their ear about flight tests.
Please keep calling them, because
keep it up.
Like I said, 3 people called Hobbico. They jumped right on the ball. We had this in a matter of days.
All right, and check out our website, flitetest.com. Read some articles, rate the articles. Go to the forum. There's lots of helpful people on the forums as well. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Next time, want to fly the Pixel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Read the manual and the supplemental.